We're getting fresh updates on the Ashlee Jenae and Joe McCann case from the Director of Criminal Investigations, along with local sources in Zanzibar, and a lot of the information is originally circulating in Swahili since it's coming directly from residents. Fortunately, I was able to go through and translate the details so nothing gets missed. According to these reports, Ashlee and Joe were involved in multiple heated arguments soon after arriving in Zanzibar. It's also being claimed that Joe was not a first-time visitor to the area and was already familiar with Zanzibar rather than just being a guest at the resort. Some reports allege that their conflict escalated over Joe allegedly leaving Ashlee at the villa while going out to meet local women, which reportedly caused repeated tension between them. There are also claims that Joe had local connections, including a friend in Zanzibar who has now reportedly been brought in for questioning, and some circulating reports even suggest Ashlee's engagement ring was found with alleged bloodstains, though these details remain unverified. The situation is being described as highly messy with new information still coming in, and I managed to trace one of the reports back to a Zanzibar news source that isn't widely available online. The Director of Criminal Investigations has stated that the couple checked into Zuri Hotel, Villa 25, with a planned departure date of April 10, 2026, and confirmed that a serious dispute did occur between them, which escalated to the point where guests in Villa 24 reportedly heard the disturbance and alerted hotel staff. And that's when the situation reportedly escalated to the point where they were separated into different rooms. According to the Director of Criminal Investigations, hotel staff decided to move Joe to Villa 65, which was roughly 8 to 10 minutes away from Ashlee's accommodation. Later that evening, around 7:30 p.m. on the day Ashlee was discovered, one of the attendants was doing his routine check when he stopped by Villa 25, where Ashlee was staying. During this visit, she reportedly asked him for a phone charger. The attendant gave her his charger and then continued his rounds to Villas 24 and 26. Ashlee allegedly told him to return after about 10 minutes. However, based on the official report, the attendant went back after roughly 20 minutes instead. When he knocked on the door, there was no response, and the lights were reportedly off inside. Feeling that something was unusual, especially since they had a specific agreement about returning shortly, he decided to use an emergency key to enter the villa. Inside, he reportedly found Ashlee suspended from an internal wardrobe rod using a gray bathrobe belt. The report states that she was still alive at that moment, but in critical condition and struggling, which immediately prompted him to raise the alarm. She was rushed to the nearest hospital, received initial treatment, and was later transferred to another facility for specialized care, but sadly passed away the following day at around 3 p.m. This part of the story, especially involving the attendant, has caused a lot of confusion online. Some people point out that he had given Ashlee his phone charger, and it's being assumed he may have mentioned needing it back due to his shift ending soon, which could explain why she asked him to return shortly after. Initially, this seemed like a reasonable explanation to many. However, locals' perspectives have added another layer to the discussion, with some suggesting Joe was not unfamiliar in Zanzibar and was actually known by resort staff and locals. This has led to growing speculation and questions about whether certain details are being fully disclosed, especially considering claims that Joe was moved to a villa about 10 minutes away. They also claim that Ashlee asked the attendant to return for his charger within a very short time frame, which has led some people to question how coincidental the timing really was. From that perspective, critics argue that placing Joe about 10 minutes away while a staff member discovered the scene shortly after creates a timeline that would make it extremely difficult for Joe to have physically been involved at that moment. To some, especially considering alleged prior familiarity between Joe and people in the area, it feels less like a simple arrangement and more like a constructed timeline meant to eliminate suspicion. Local voices have added even more complexity to the narrative, suggesting that Joe's familiarity with Zanzibar may have gone beyond that of a typical visitor. According to these claims, he was reportedly aware of how things operated behind the scenes, including allegations that local influence and even bribery could sometimes play a role in how situations are handled. This has led some to believe he may have chosen the location with confidence that he could avoid serious consequences if anything went wrong. There are also unverified claims circulating that authorities have questioned around 10 individuals, including hotel staff and a white friend of Joe who was reportedly in Zanzibar at the time. These details have fueled further speculation, especially among those pointing to Joe's connections in the area and suggesting he was more integrated locally than previously assumed. At the same time, concerns have been raised by Ashlee's family, who reportedly say they are still waiting for full autopsy details despite claims that the examination has already been completed. Her father is said to have traveled to Washington, D.C. to seek assistance from U.S. officials in communicating with Tanzanian authorities, as questions remain about why her body and the official findings have not yet been fully released. Adding to the ongoing debate, some sources from Zanzibar allege that the couple's conflicts were rooted in relationship issues, including accusations of cheating. It's been claimed that Joe would leave the villa to meet other local women, leading to repeated arguments. There are even reports of a separate incident at the reception involving jealousy and confrontation after someone allegedly flirted with Ashlee, which escalated into a heated exchange. However, how these disputes allegedly escalated into the tragic outcome remains unclear, and many details are still unverified as investigations continue. One of Ashlee's friends is now speaking out, claiming that Ashlee had confided in her about feeling scared and wanting to end the relationship. According to the friend, Ashlee said she and Joe had been having repeated arguments and serious fights even before the trip to Zanzibar, and that she wanted to leave him but felt afraid because she believed he could be aggressive. As more digging is being done, some older information about Joe's past has also started resurfacing, raising further questions about his character. One article from his 2018 marriage mentions that his first wife described the wedding as the toughest decision of her life. In that situation, her father reportedly refused to walk her down the aisle, leading her to walk alone. Some have interpreted this as a sign that there were tensions or concerns surrounding Joe even at that time. During the ceremony, she is said to have been reassured by Joe with a promise that she would never have to walk alone in life again, a statement that has gained attention again in light of later events. However, the relationship reportedly ended in 2021 while she was pregnant with her second child, and there have been allegations of aggressive behavior during that marriage as well. These past claims are now being brought up by some who believe they may be relevant to understanding the broader pattern being discussed. At the same time, there are also reports circulating that no forced entry was found at the villa where Ashlee was staying. However, investigators allegedly discovered her engagement ring inside a rental car near the hotel area. What has drawn attention is claims that the ring had possible bloodstains on it, and that it has been sent for forensic analysis to determine whose blood it may be. It's important to note that this detail remains unverified and is still under investigation. There has also been confusion online about the location of the incident, with some people mistakenly tagging the wrong resort in their posts. Officials and related responses have clarified that Ashlee did not pass away at a separate well-known resort that has been circulating on social media, as that property is located in a different part of Tanzania and not in Zanzibar. That resort even publicly responded, stating that Ashlee had been happy during her stay there and left in good condition and positive spirits, emphasizing that the incident did not occur on their property and that they have no further information about what happened afterward. Overall, the situation being discussed centers around what allegedly happened in Zanzibar, where Joe was reportedly familiar with the resort and staff, and where ongoing claims suggest prior arguments, possible infidelity, and a deeply strained relationship that ultimately ended in tragedy, though many of the circulating details remain unconfirmed and part of an active investigation. And to think all of this allegedly unfolded so soon after the engagement is exactly why this case has left so many people shocked and confused. According to circulating accounts, tensions between Ashlee and Joe were already building, but what still remains unclear is what truly happened in those final moments, and whether foul play was involved at all. At this stage, nothing has been officially confirmed regarding the exact cause of death, and the biggest missing piece is still the full, publicly released autopsy report from the authorities in Tanzania, which people are saying is taking longer than expected. Until those official findings are released, a lot of what's being discussed online remains speculation rather than proven fact. For now, the case is still under active investigation, and the unanswered questions are exactly what continue to fuel debate and theories as people wait for verified information to come forward.